Hey guys, it's Stacey with Chapter Chicks, and I'm here with 2 requested book reviews. You know what that means. That means the first one I didn't really like, so I like to end off with a happy note with a book review I did like. I wanted to make a quick announcement real quick. On March 11th, which is a Monday, Jessica and I will be in Illinois. We're road tripping it with YA Fiction Freaks to go meet Stephenie Meyer. We have already bought her tickets to her website, and there's a list of all the places she's stopping and touring at. We're going to the Illinois stop. Oh, also I wanted to say, we don't just get to meet Stephenie Meyer. If you buy the Host and paperback, you get to meet the 2 guys who play in the Host, who play Jared and Ian in the Host movie. Monday, I won't be able to upload because I'll be meeting Stephenie Meyer. We're going to vlog all day that day. And then on Wednesday, when Jessica usually posts, because she's been lacking lately, she's going to post the vlog video of all our adventures on meeting Stephenie Meyer. I'm so excited. If you guys are planning on going to the Illinois meet and greet with Stephenie Meyer and the men from the Host, please let us know because I would love to be able to run into some of you guys. Yeah, so I'm super excited about it. So I was just wanting to let you know that real quick. The first book review that I'm going to be doing, please don't hate me for my opinions, but I really did not like The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. This book was recommended to me by Psycho2 Psychedelic and Meet Me in Wonderland. Meet Me in Wonderland has her own channel, so I will link her channel in the down bar if you want to go check her out. They both really loved it and said I was missing out by not reading it. Thank you for recommending the book to me, but I just really was not my thing. We all know that this book is responsible for making a couple people go crazy and murdering some famous people. I was really weary of this book. I was really excited to read it. I was just could not wait to find out what all the hubbub was about. J.D. Salinger makes Holden a very judgmental character. The big thing that he always looks for or always sees in things and people is their phoniness, their fakeness, and he really doesn't like that. And I can't understand why that would make some people like open their eyes to the real world around us and how there is a lot of people who are phony, and I guess that could make them go a little wacko. Truth be told, when you are reading this, you do get an ominous feel knowing that this book had made some people lose it. Telling you what this is about is kind of very difficult because I really don't feel like very many things happen in it. Holden kind of goes off on his own. He's kind of on the run, and he kind of meets all these different people and these different characters, and he doesn't really do anything. He just kind of sits around the whole book and interacts with different characters. That's basically it. I found the book okay. It was not at all what I was expecting it to be. This book is more of a character-driven story. If you're somebody who's really into character-based stories, then you will love this. But me, I'm more of a plot person. It wasn't really my thing. I found it very slow, very difficult to get through. The one thing that really irked me about this book is Holden. I really didn't like him. Please don't kill me for saying that, but I found him very whiny and complaining and just getting on my nerves all the time. I, being a single mother, I deal with a lot of grumpy men. Let's put it that way. I have my son who throws fits. I have the father of my son who gets on my nerves all the time. My dad's getting up there in age. He likes to complain. My dog is old. He's a male. He loves to complain at me all the time. I got to the point where I'm like, I'm just tired of whiny, complainy men. I just found myself wanting to tell him to shut up and slap him because he was so whiny and so complainy. I just couldn't take it anymore. Like, his life isn't that bad. Not as bad as he makes it out to be. I mean, yes, he has problems like everyone else does, but he just acts like he has the worst life ever, and I just wanted to tell him to stop complaining. You're getting on my nerves. I do not recommend this book. I didn't enjoy it. I thought it was very slow paced. Would not recommend it. However, if you're somebody who was extremely curious about this book and about the content and what it's all about, especially with, you know, John Lennon and it driving people nuts, then I would recommend to go ahead and read it because no matter what anyone says to you, it's not going to quench your curiosity unless you read it yourself. If you are extremely curious, go ahead and read it. If you're somebody who loves character-driven books, again, you'll probably enjoy this book. Me, I just could not take another whiny man. The next book I'm going to review is one that I was actually pleasantly surprised by, and that is The Abundance of Catherines by John Green. This again was recommended to me to one of our subscribers. I think a lot of people actually recommended this to me. This is about a guy named Colin. Every single girl he has ever dated has been a Catherine, and there's been 19 of them. And the 19th one, the great one he calls her, has just dumped him, and he's feeling very upset because he actually loved this Catherine. Colin is also a child prodigy. He's considered a genius, so there's a lot of expectations riding on his shoulders from his parents when it comes to college and stuff like that. Colin feels like he needs to get away, so him and his best friend go on a road trip. They then end up in this small town where they end up getting summer jobs and staying the summer in this town. Let me just be known that there's so many things about John Green that I absolutely love, but there is some things I don't like as well. I even got to meet John Green, and he was really nice and really sweet, so I am really a big fan of him, but there is some aspects of his writing that I'm not completely smitten with like everyone else is. So that being said, I was a little skeptical going into The Abundance of Catherine. I loved this one. It had all the things about John Green that I loved, and all the things about John Green I don't like were not very present in this book. Jessica was currently reading this when we met John Green, and Jessica said, I really like Abundance of Catherine's. It's really funny. It's one of my favorite books of yours. And he's like, oh yeah, that's what I was going for when I was writing Abundance of Catherine's. I was running to attempt to write a comedy. So I really enjoyed it. Everything about John Green that I absolutely love in it, including the amazing characters that are just so fun to get to know. I love the way they interact with each other. I love the quirky little details that John puts into his characters to make them feel like real people. You don't get that from any other book that you read. Nobody gives their characters quirks like John Green does to make them feel like they're real people out there walking around somewhere. The main character, Colin, was a little whiny, but not to the point where it got on my nerves. Another great thing about this book that I love is all the amazing John Green quotes. That man and the way that his brain works, I just love it. I love his perspective on things. His books are heavily character oriented, and for people who love character-oriented books, I can see why they're so obsessed with John Green. But his plots are usually a little dry, a little slow paced. That's the biggest problem I usually have with his books, is I can't find the drive to read them because I feel like the plots are too slow. In this one, I actually really enjoyed the plot. I feel like the characters were doing stuff, they were going out, they were getting into mischief, things were going on. It wasn't just a bunch of amazing characters sitting around talking to one another. They were actually going out and doing things. And I found myself really excited to pick it up and find out where the story was going to go, because I feel like there was a really good story going on. And as for John Green's humor, I really like his humor. It's the funny, subtle humor that I really, really love, that you would find yourself chuckling throughout the whole book. Another thing that I really dislike when it comes to John Green books, I feel like John Green's books are solely focused on the girl characters. Like, there's always this quirky mystery about the main girl character that the guy is always trying to figure out. Like, her mystery, what's going on with her, where'd she go, what happened to her. And I feel like the whole book is always set up on the premise of this one girl. And maybe because I am a girl, I don't like to read a book about a character obsessing over a girl so much. But since there was 19 girls in this book that the main character was focused on, it made the book a lot more enjoyable to read. Fun to get to know all the Catherine throughout the book. Gives you information here and there about the different Catherines. At the end, you get the full Catherine story at the end, and I loved it. I thought it was brilliantly written. I thought it was fun. I thought it was funny. I thought the characters were amazing. I absolutely loved it. It's one of my favorite John Green books, and I still have not read The Fault in Our Stars, but I will. I felt like I got to see a different side of John Green in this and what he can do, and it made me love him just that much more. So yeah, highly recommended. Thought it was amazing. In this review, I have reviewed one very popular book and one very popular author. I'm sure there's a lot of people who's not going to like what I had to say about their favorite book and then their favorite author. Please respect my opinion. I respect everyone else's opinion. If you disagree with me, that's fine. Feel free to disagree with me in a respectful way. This was Stacy with Chapter Chicks, and I hope you guys enjoyed the review.